Good morning. This is the regularly scheduled Board of Fire Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, June 18th, 2024. And I will be your acting presiding officer for today, Jimmy Woods-Gray. Ms. Gomez, would you do the roll call, please?
May we do the flag salute with Chief?
We'll do
Flag
the,
salute with Chief?
Well, roll call is first.
Sorry. Hudley Hayes? DeLugich? Babcock?
Present.
Hara?
Here.
Commissioner Woods-Gray?
Here.
Fire Chief Crawley?
Here.
Deputy City Attorney Lyndon Wen?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay. Chief Crowley, would you do us the honor of doing the flag salute in the moment of
Absolutely. If
silence?
you can stand, hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and join me in a moment of silence in honor of past and present members of the Los Angeles City Fire Department who devote their lives to the protection of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Okay. The first item on the agenda is commissioner comment. And Dr. Harr,
Okay.
would you like to cover
Sure.
all the activities for us?
June the 9th was the Gay Pride Parade, and George Takei was the Grand Marshal, but our own Chief Crowley was the Community Marshal. So for that day, we could call him Madam Marshal again.
Great, I like it.
And on the, in fact, we we all rode the bandwagon with, except Chief Crowley and Chief and a number of others were actually out on the street shaking hands and what have you. And then on the 11th, I attended the Merit Scholarship Award meeting, and there were 4 amazing students who got the scholarships, and their average GPA was either 4.5 or 4.6. And then a couple days after that, we had the promotees recognized, and in that we had 50 Captain 1 promotees. And again, as usual, it's a good event.
Very good. Commissioner, any comments?
I saw that we have this public comment on the brush clearance, so just curious to hear about that when it comes up, since it's
Okay.
in my zip code. It could be one of my properties, so I want to hear.
Okay, very good. I want to say happy Pride. This is for me, I was so sorry I had to miss the parade because it's one of the best parades, because I love the atmosphere, the love, and the camaraderie that we have at that parade. But it was my birthday, and the girls, my daughters, planned a trip to Disneyland on the same day. So I celebrated with family. And it's also Black Music Month. So, I mean, many of us listen to the Black music all year long. However, one of the presidents decided, I think it was Ronald Reagan, that this month would be Black Music Month. I did attend the promoting of all of the different people. Congratulations to all of the promotees. There were a lot of good people there going up, and it was good to see them there. A very diverse group of people, so that was good too. I liked that part. And I want to thank the Fire Prevention Department because of their work with the President Biden's event the other night, Saturday night. In particular, I want to thank Chief Pettit, Captain Viega, and Inspector Miller for their assistance, my personal assistance. It just worked out. I mean, people can say there's a secret in LA, there's a secret going on, but nothing happens in LA without going through the fire department. So it was a great time to be on the fire commission, so I could get my ducks in order early. And I really appreciate the help of Inspector Miller at the venue. I'd like to congratulate Chief Crowley on your being the Pride Parade's Grand Marshal. That's wonderful. It was a big thing for us. I have all of these notes. Oh, and to mention the fact that I think this is the last meeting for our Ronnie V. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that Chief Villanueva is going to be leaving us. He was the first firefighter that I met when I became an official fire commissioner. And so we developed a relationship throughout the years. That's been 12 years. And and he became my favorite. That's exactly right, because I could always count on him. So I really wish you the very best as you join the group that's living our best life. And enjoy retirement. You need it. You deserve it after all those years. And thanks for the services that you've provided for LA City. And I'm sure we'll have some comments later on that, but I wanted to get it, not to forget to say that at the beginning. And I think that may be all the little notes that I made. One of the things I want to note is that we're going to be tabling the items on, some of the items on the agenda. We're tabling items 3, 6, oh, not 6, 3, and 8. 3 and 8. I believe those are the only ones that we're tabling. Is that right, Ms. Gomez?
Also, the number 2 public comment that goes with elections, so number 2 we're also tabling, because we have our regular.
3, A and B?
Number 2, agenda item 2, agenda item 3.
Public comment period?
Because we have it as number 6, which is our regular.
Oh, that's right. It's listed twice on the agenda, so 2 is also, at number 2 is being tabled because we already have it as number 6. Okay, very good. Okay, and that was just notice for you. So we will move down the agenda to the fire chief's report.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. My comments will be between the period of June 4th to June 17th. I wanted to start off just with a somber condolences to our partner agencies, LA County. I'm sure you have heard that they lost one of their very own firefighter, Andrew Pontios, where he was killed on Friday, which was June 14th. We reached out to LA County, worked very closely with our labor leadership as well as their labor leadership. Personally talked to the fire chief, Tony Maroney, and just offered anything that we could do for them. It's a great loss for their organization, the region, as well as the fire service as a whole. So our thoughts and prayers are with the entire LA County fire family, as well as firefighter Andrew Pontius's family. He leaves behind a wife and a child. So with that, just moving on to my meetings and events. On June 5th and 6th, I had the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. and participate in the Homeland Security Advisory Council with Secretary Mayorkas. We focused a high-level meeting on combating online child exploitation and abuse. It was a subcommittee final report. I had the opportunity to listen to some additional information where we were briefed in a closed session on election security, counterterrorism, as well as artificial intelligence. So that was an incredible opportunity to get out there and represent the fire service as a whole, and I'll continue to push forward to make sure that the fire service is at the table as well. On June 9th, we already talked about the Pride Parade, incredible opportunity. I want to thank my entire command staff that was there with me. It was a really fun event, positive feel. excellent, high energy as well, and it was an honor being the one of the individuals that were out there in front, just representing the community. So, excellent, really fun day. I wanted to spend a little time on the LAFD Merit Scholarships. We spoke about that just a little bit, but I tell you, I often talk about it takes a village, and this is one additional entity out there that supports our fire family, in which this is the LAFD Merit Scholarship Awards. Every year, the members of the LAFD have the opportunity for their family members to compete. It's a competition. Mind you, we have 3,500 or so firefighters, and 45 of the applicants from this last year, these are firefighters' sons and daughters that compete for these merit scholarships. And the finalists are awarded, there's 4 that are awarded $7,500 grants. These are just for individual community service, as well as the top essay. And then the top awardees actually receive a total of $40,000, $10,000 each year to help support their efforts in their development with gaining their education. So we know, at least from the fire family, how much that means to us, how much it means to our families. And just the merit scholarships themselves and the grant monies that are raised really means a big difference in our members' families. So I wanted to just talk briefly about the best essay. They have best essay, they have community service, they have finalists and winners. I wanted to mention the names of the runner-ups. That was Dylan Bonner, Ryan Justice, Quinn Heller, Michael Letty. Captain Jeffrey Fox's son, Carson, was awarded the best essay. Fire Inspector John Heller's, his daughter's name is Quinn, and she was awarded the Community Service Award. Both of those members received $7,500, which is significant. Then we get into the awardees, the finalists, and the individuals that are actually awarded the $40,000. And with that, again, I wanted to mention them all by name just because we know how hard the kids work, but I spoke about this at the awardees, at the awards. It's just how hard the family supports them. And these are firefighter families that give back and sacrifice so much. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned their names. It was Engineer Scott Beck. His son Noah received the Merit Scholarship, and this is in recognition and outstanding academic achievement and remarkable extracurricular accomplishments. So it goes beyond the 4 by the way, Noah had a 4.6 GPA. I don't even know how you get a 4.6 GPA, but these kids are amazing. It's on top of what they're doing academically, but it's a laundry list of the things that they're able to accomplish with extracurriculars. The next awardee was Captain Javier Gonzalez, and his daughter Alaya received the Merit Scholar. Oh, she just had a 4.5. In addition to all the other accolades these kids are just amazing. I walk away like, wow, I need to do more. They're just amazing. The next awardee was firefighter Kevin Hardy. His son Logan also received the Merit Scholarship Award, 4.6 GPA. And lastly was Fire Inspector Brent Rudy's daughter, Ashley, and she received the Merit Scholarship Award. She was 4.5. And these kids are just amazing, but just as amazing the kids, you look at the families that support them. So really special group. It's always an honor to be a part of that and celebrate their kids, but also the families that get behind them. So just to move on, the promotional ceremony was 73 members that we were able to celebrate, and I wanted to just give a shout out to our planning section that did an amazing job planning this promotional ceremony in conjunction with our CLO. They assisted as well. But we had 7, we got to celebrate, and I like to say celebrate, our 7 civilian professional staff. We had 6 boatmates, 1 helicopter pilot 4, 9 fire inspector 1s, and 50 captain 1s. So total of 73 total members, which was really incredible, and we're going to continue to push forward and promote the next generation of leaders within the LAFD. Also, on June 14th, I had the honor to represent the LAFD at the Region 1 meeting and press conference. This was at LA County headquarters, where we partnered with our regional fire agencies and spoke about the annual fire season outlook. And we got to talk about specifically how we're going to work together from Region 1. I had Chief Hing there with me, and we focused, my comments was on defensible space. So just always leaning forward and partnering with the community, knowing that we can't do it ourselves. ourselves. We need to partner with the community, and that's how important our brush clearance program is, as well as just making sure that the community's Ready, Set, Go program is up and running. So if and when, we know the brush season's already here. We have a significant fire in the region as we speak. And also, just lastly, wanted to mention Chief Villanueva, whether or not we have meetings in July, 40-plus years, Chief Villanueva. We're going to be celebrating you, obviously, over the next few weeks, but just wanted to take the time in this public forum to thank you. You've been an amazing EOPS commander, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your leadership and partnership with being the EOPS and stepping up. We're setting the next EOPS commander up for success as well, but just the entire 40-plus year career of your sacrifice and your leadership and your humor have kept us all going. So thank you for everything that you've done, and we'll continue to celebrate you over the next few weeks. So thank you, Chief Villanueva. And that's the end of my comments. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Chief. You're very busy. We love that. I love the fact that you're out there highlighting LAFD and the good things that we're doing and then bringing in new things. That's great. The next item is B, is a verbal report of significant incidents and activities, and we have Chief Gutierrez. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Acting President Woods Gray, Commissioners, Fire Chief Crowley, City Attorney Nguyen, command staff, and guests. My name is Stephen Gutierrez, Deputy Chief, and I have the privilege to represent Operations South Bureau. This morning, I'll be talking very briefly about two incidents and one event that occurred in and around South Bureau. So the first one, on Tuesday, June 11, 2024, at approximately 1635 hours, LAFD resources were dispatched to a structure fire located at 2156 West Slauson Avenue. This is in Battalion 13, Council District 15. Once on scene, LAFD resources under the command of Battalion Chief Brian Petty found a single-story commercial building with fire showing and a church which was adjoining the building as an exposure. Firefighters were able to make an aggressive attack on the commercial building and protect the adjoining church from the exposed fire. However, noteworthy of this incident was that a subsequent fire occurred within 48 hours within this building. Nearly 2 days later, on June 13, 2024, at little after 3 a.m. in the morning, this fire resulted in the fire being spread into the adjoining church. So as we are starting to see recently an uptick in fires that are occurring in these previous burnt buildings, the LAFD is working feverishly with building owners, as well as the Department of Building and Safety and the Fire Marshal's Office to expedite the permit process for building demolition, as these buildings are unsafe, uninhabitable, and this is to ensure both firefighter safety and civilian safety, as many of these previous buildings are unsafe for entry. So this fire was again successfully extinguished and also resulted in the use of LAFD's heavy equipment to demo some of the unsafe areas as in the event that firefighters re-go once again. So no injuries were a result of this fire, both civilians, and the fire is currently under investigation. The second incident was on June 15, 2024, at approximately 16:53 hours. The LAFD was requested under a mutual aid agreement to support additional resources for LA County for an immediate need of a Type 1 strike team for a brush fire with homes being threatened in the Gorman recreational area. As Geographic Bureau commanders, we serve and rotate as deputy department commanders under the authority of the fire chief. Part of this responsibility is to work with Metro Fire Dispatch as well as command staff and determine if we can support these requests. This is based on several factors, one of which is our current staffing, the area impacted, and the resource need request. In this case, the LAFD was able to support the request, assemble Strike Team 10001A under the command of Battalion Chief Scott Anderson, and this is a strike team which is comprised of 5 of our Type 1 engine companies and a battalion chief. At the time of this request, the fire was just under 4,000 acres with zero containment and the immediate homes being threatened. Now the fire has grown well in excess of 15,000 acres. Two things are noteworthy of this. First is the LAFD's ability to participate in the mutual aid process, as this is a reciprocal relationship. In other words, in the event that we may need additional resources at time of a major emergency in the incident in the city, we can call upon our regional partners to assist us. Secondly, this really previews what's coming ahead. As we listen to most climate scientists in indicating that the forecast is for really higher temperatures and low relative humidities, we are constantly looking at our deployment, our training, and our staffing. So this was another request that, once again, was benefits us by going out there and helping our credentialing, but also reassuring that relationship that we really rely on here in the city. And then finally, an event. On June 15th, Saturday, June 15th, 2024, this was an unveiling of the first responder square that's located at 7th and Mesa in San Pedro, California. So let me tell you a little bit about this. This is one of a kind, and it's really a tribute, kind of a somber yet happy occasion. And really, there's one individual that was really behind this, and that was Yolanda Regliato. A little bit about Yolanda. She was formerly an LA County Sheriff, retired, and then also part of a fire family. She has 3 brothers that were on the LAFD, Mike, Mario, and Benjamin Pinnell. Unfortunately, Benjamin Pinnell passed in a fire, Proud Bird fire, in December of 1984. She's never forgotten that with her family, and is constantly working on remembering that. She established a coffee house, a Java and tea house in San Pedro in that same area. And if you go inside, you'll look up on the walls, you'll see pictures of both past and even recent firefighters, police officers, and even military that have proudly served and sacrificed their life. So this was a collaboration. She was the lead, but really a collaboration with CD15 on Councilman McOsker, as well as Supervisor Hahn in support of this. It was a great event, and the unique thing about this is not only will you see the signs where it indicates the square, the picture of the first one being Benjamin Pinnell, but also there'll be bricks that are laid with the QR code. And more than a name, you can scan that, and it tells a little story about the member, about the incident, and of course, how it relates back to this. So it was really a well-attended event, and one that I think in the future, not only the community, but the LAFD will be proud of. So that concludes my report, if there's any questions.
Oh, that's a really clever recognition, though, that they're doing. I must go see that.
Yes.
Oh, it's so up to date and modern, ready to, I mean, QR codes, we love all these new things. That's great. That's wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
very much for all the good work you're doing in South area.
Thank you. In fact, I invite all the commission to come out and not only tour Operations South Bureau, understand what we do, a lot of changes, and actually visit the location.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. Okay, Chief. Good morning.
Acting President Woods Gray, Commissioners, Chief Crowley, Deputy City Attorney Nguyen, colleagues and guests, my name is Peter Schau. I'm the Acting Deputy Chief for the EMS Bureau. This morning, I'd like to report on a tragic incident, unfortunately, that occurred over the weekend involving a 2-year-old toddler. So, on Saturday, June 14th, at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Engine 51 and Engine Rescue 51 responded to Dockweiler Beach for a 2-year-old toddler that had been struck by a vehicle while backing out of a parking spot. The toddler was part of a family of 7, and they were there to enjoy and celebrate a weekend camping at the beach for Father's Day. Unfortunately, when the engine company and the rescue arrived on scene, they determined that the severity of the injuries of this young patient were so far beyond medical treatment that they had no choice but to determine death. The mayor's crisis response team was summoned for the inconsolable parents, as you can imagine, and our LAFD members stood by with the patient until the coroner was called. Now, the reason I chose to highlight this tragedy is to demonstrate the trauma that our members, our LAFD members, firefighters and paramedics see almost on a daily basis, and the accumulation that of this trauma that they feel, again, day to day coming to work. So, as a chief responding to the fire station to check on the welfare of our patients, our members, I got to see firsthand how an incident of this magnitude weighs upon them. Most of the members working that day were fathers themselves, many of them of young children, and they were assigned and chose to work on this Father's Day weekend nonetheless. So while en route to the station, I spoke with one of our department psychologists, Dr. Crystal Madrid. And that proved for me to be an invaluable guide on how to broach this topic, this sensitive topic, with our members. And also, more importantly, the signs and symptoms to look for. She educated me on the stages of grief, what I was to expect and what would be considered normal, and then more importantly, what should raise a red flag. So, briefly, the most valuable lesson I learned was my first inclination was to just have the members open up and speak about this incident. But the most valuable lesson that I learned that she taught me was the fact that our members simply need a period of time to decompress, a time where they can just be taken out of service, they can call their family members, they can find that reassurance, they can find that center, and then when they're ready, they can return to duty. Something that kind of goes against the teachings that I've been given, where you want to have everyone circle up, talk about it, and get their feelings out. So, again, these types of incidents really reinforce the need for our behavioral health services for our members. Currently, we have 3 department psychologists with 1 position frozen, and that's expected to serve over 3,500 members, which is an astronomical ratio. And so it's this commission's recognition that we hold very valuable in the sense that we need your support to help we need your support for our behavioral health services program, and we would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And thanks for looking at a situation in a new way and using that information with the members, because that's very valuable, to not be stuck in one way and doing it just the same old way all the time. That was very good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was a very sad thing to happen to a 2-year-old
Yeah.
on Father's Day weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So we have no presentations. We're at public comment. I have 1 public comment card. Dr. Tom Williams.
Good morning, Dr. Tom Williams, 40-year resident of El Sereno. But I'm here basically for one thing, brush clearance, effective brush clearance. And I have 14 acres of open space next to me with a 200-foot rise slope, 14 acres. A lot of houses within 200 feet of brush. And I can see this building from my house. So I have no HVAC because I don't want to have air conditioning so I can open the window and smell the smoke when it comes. Why? Because ineffective brush clearance. And yes, I want to save the oaks and the walnuts, and I want to get rid of the European introduced species here. So the basic element is a couple of PRAs, one for all of the documents regarding the 2024 violations, which are in progress right now. What's the contract specification? Oh, by the way, I spent 5 years downtown LA doing construction management for the LA Red Line Phase 1, including this area. So I'm quite familiar with contracts and the lack of compliance with contracts and the enforcement, especially in zip codes 90031, 90032, mine. So we're looking at the brush clearance requirements of everything less than 18 feet high. And I say we're trying to book it up as to a potential source of information for a writ of mandate and negligence for the LA Fire Department, brush clearance prevention. What do we have to do? Do we have to burn down a town? I don't know. But we have in our area, 90032, we have over 100 acres of, quotes, brush clearance to do. But it's not being done. Some are, some aren't. And I'm quite concerned about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Okay, that was the only public comment card. Now we're at item 7, the consent agenda items. Are there any items that any of the board members wish to pull or discuss? If not, a motion is in order.
Motion to approve recommendations and transmit any and all that need to go to the CAO or to the mayor's office, items 7A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved that we approve and take action on items A, 7A through H. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say no, nay. The motion carries. The items passed. That is the actual end of our agenda for this meeting. I would like to just take a minute and thank YouFlag for this beautiful book, which I will be looking. I can't wait to get home and look at it because I love the pictures. They're all so beautiful. And so thank you very much for that. I love looking at those pictures. It's a shame to say you love looking at fire pictures, but the fire pictures are really pretty for some reason to me. It's kind of weird. Anyway, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the meeting be adjourned. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.